she's influencing these young girls to be ratchet, nasty, and trifling. And then she's telling y'all that y'all got carpet hair. So not only is she's influencing y'all to do that, but she's also insulting y'all at the same time.
So the first hot take of the day. This one, y'all know I haven't made videos on this for a reason, because you know how I feel about this artist if you've been watching this channel. If you haven't, you're going to get a little bit of an idea. But this video is from an amazing woman on X who was talking about everything that's going on with the whole Sexy Red movement. I am not a fan of Sexy Red. Not a fan of her music at all. Definitely not a fan of the movement as well. So she's going to talk a little bit about some of the things I've been saying about Sexy Red. Y'all can let me know what you think in the comments when it comes to Sexy Red, and let me know if you think she's right as well. Check this out. Oh, I gotta unmute. Check this out.
I hate that bitch Sexy Red.
Oh shoot.
I promise you, I hate that girl. I hate her.
Don't hate her now.
I hate her. I wish somebody would make a diss record against her ass. I think I'm about to write a diss. I don't like that bitch.
Dang.
I don't like her at all. Like, she be single-handedly playing in y'all face. And I said to myself, who the fuck is her fan base? This is why I hate when y'all listen to her music. Like, y'all keep saying, like, yeah, man, but the beat hit. I don't give a fuck how much the motherfucking beat hit. Let me tell you something. Every time I hear that bitch in my motherfucking car, I turn her shit off, because I know she detrimental to the black community. I know she motherfucking influencing young girls to pop they pussy open for a baby.
Oh, Lord.
I know that's what that bitch doing. And in the same breath, she's influencing these young girls to be ratchet, nasty, and trifling. And then she's telling y'all that y'all got carpet hair. So not only is she's influencing y'all to do that, but she's also insulting y'all at the same time. I hate that bitch. I promise you.
Wow. Have y'all heard that? I didn't hear about Sexy Red saying what she said, and I'm not going to pause that there. So apparently Sexy Red released a recent song that had some shots taken at black women and black women's hair. I mean, are we taking Sexy Red seriously at this point? I don't know. I have never listened to a Sexy Red song. I just heard about her and some of the antics that she was doing, and I just decided, hey, pretty sure Sexy Red's not going to be for me. So I've stayed away from it. So I'm not going to speak on the music necessarily, but I obviously have heard clips just because they went viral, and some of y'all have used the beats on this platform too. But I don't know why anyone would take what she says seriously or personally. It's unfortunate that she's having a lot of influence on there, but one of the reasons I haven't made videos on Sexy Red is because I don't really want to give her a platform, honestly. But I can understand the frustration, because I've expressed it a lot on this channel as well, to just the message that she's trying to send, the way that she presents herself. And, you know, a lot of kids, a lot of people in the community are supporting that. And I'm just like, man, I don't get it. I don't see it.
Insulting y'all at the same time. I hate that bitch. I promise you. I hate the fact that social media make everybody famous. I hate this. That's why every time I see one of my sisters going in on that bitch, I repost, share, like, comment as much as I motherfucking can. As much.
So here's the interesting thing, though, about we're at a weird time when it comes to social media, because if say for the next 5 days, for the next week, I made videos about Sexy Red, how terrible Sexy Red is, how bad she is for the community, how terrible the message is. And I made video after video after video. What is that going to do? That's going to cause everybody that sees that video who either hasn't heard of Sexy Red, hasn't heard her new music, or doesn't know what type of music she makes to go listen to her. And then you're just continuing to elevate Sexy Red even more. So with the way algorithms are now, with the way social media is, I don't know, are we at a place to where certain things is just not even worth to mention? And if it comes up, you say, hey, yo, young person, youngin', that's probably not the best music to listen to. I know and understand what some of the lyrics are, the message there, and just stay away from it. I don't know. It's a tough place to be, man.
If y'all women up here got younger girls, okay, and within their teenage years, please talk to your girls. Please talk to your teenagers about this bitch. Make sure you tell them that this is not the way to go, because that's her fan base. Because everybody that I talk to don't really like her.
Facts.
So I be trying to figure out Who is her fan base? It's these younger girls. It's these younger girls with fam. She is going to tear y'all daughter's self-esteem down. Keep fucking letting your daughter listen to this.
Dang.
I'm finna say some crazy shit. Keep letting your daughter listen to this bitch and see what happens. She gonna tear your daughter's self-esteem down piece by piece. Sexy Red is making a mockery out of black girls' hair and saying it looks like carpet and saying that it's unattractive, along with turning your daughter into whores. I hate this bitch.
I love how now that she's talking about hair, it seems like people are outraged. Like, she's been doing a lot of more outrageous stuff. But it is what it is at this point. Y'all let me know what you think. Sexy Red, good for the community? Is she bad? Does it not even matter? People are going to listen to it if it's got a dope beat. Let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments. Okay, second hot take for today. My dog, Roddy Ricch, is telling all in this interview. All right, he says that he knew that the Like That verse was going to come out from Kendrick Lamar, and he understood exactly how it was going to go down. Check this out. So shout out to Sound for posting this. Says Roddy Ricch revealed he heard Kendrick's verse on Like That early. He listened to Future and Metro Boomin's album before it dropped. He says, quote, "We listened to it and we knew we had to strap up boots." He also says that Drake's rap battle was beautiful for the culture. That's something similar to what we've been saying over here, but let's see what Roddy Ricch says. Shout out to Big Boy too. Yep, I agree. Hey, shout out to Roddy Ricch and Big Boy. Again, I've said this since the beginning of the beef. Y'all know we covered it a lot here on the channel. This was a great thing for culture and as a hip hop fan. So I'm with Roddy Ricch on that. I think it's interesting. He was behind the scenes and heard what was going on. I wonder what the situation was there and why he heard it and why it was released. Maybe they were just doing some type of peer review, but hey, shout out to my dog. He's out there putting out crazy music, man. Absolutely crazy music. And he just dropped that 9/11 video too. Make sure y'all go check him out. So show some love to one of my favorite artists. All right, here we go. So now we're getting into it. This is a segment of hot takes that's called That's Not About Music. I'm not gonna laugh during this segment. This segment is this was tough. So a lot of y'all know last night, or I should say recently, if you're watching this video at a later date, there was a presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And this entire situation was absolutely embarrassing as an American, especially when I know and I have family members who are in the military who take just defending the honor of America very seriously. That's how I was grown up. We respect the flag. We respect this country. Grateful for everything that we've been given, the opportunity we've been given here. To see this be on the national stage and to be the representation of America, it hurt me so much. But there are some interesting things that went on last night. There's been some highlights and some memes put together that I thought you guys might enjoy, and we're going to try and make light of the situation. Obviously, there's serious conversations that need to be had about this, but we're not going to do that on this show. We might have to start another show, but y'all check this out. Shout out to Matt Wallace. He said, I put together a compilation of Joe Biden's most embarrassing moments during the CNN presidential debate, if you can call it that. Check it out.
But you continue to provoke. It's so sad. We got it down to 35. We got to significantly increase the credit. The idea, if you lose again,
I will absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather do.
President Trump, as I come back to you for a follow-up.
Ever with me. And he's going to take you.
How much prescriptions they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal deficit.
We are very, very close to World War III.
Look at this, man.
But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest rival. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I have, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay,
let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn
Let's not act like children.
to a specific
I'd like to see him
concern.
take one, just
This
one,
is embarrassing,
a real
yeah.
easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it.
Like any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just have the money, but now they'll be able to get.
Oh, I've never seen him fire anybody.
Look at
I did
this.
fire
Look-
a lot. I
look
fired
at
Comey
Joe.
because
What
he
is-
was no
what's
good. I
going
fired
on?
a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no
Out
good.
of the Paris Peace Accord, Climate Accord, we reached 1.5 degrees Celsius.
And China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing.
We provided thousands of millions of jobs. We have covered, if the ACA has increased, I made sure that they're $8,000. The idea that we're not doing anything,
This is bad.
We put more police on the street than any administration has. He wants to cut the cops. We're providing for equity and making sure people have a
Of all the things we heard about Trump, have y'all heard he wants to cut the cops? What is
shot to make it. There's a lot going on now.
man.
Fees into this. In addition to that,
Likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, and Black Americans are.
and I spoke all about those.
I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country.
On the total initiative. What's he going to do? In fact, if they
Destroy our country.
Y'all, this is tough. I was sitting there watching this debate, and boy, I was just embarrassed. I wish we could just erase this, remove it from the history of the internet, wherever it is. You had Anderson Cooper talking to Kamala Harris. Of course, she's going to defend her guy. I get it. But Kamala Harris even said, yeah, this is a pretty bad look. It was a rough start. But, you know, President Trump, he's just terrible. Not the strongest point to run on there.
So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
Here we go.
But this was a debate that your campaign wanted. You pushed for this debate at this moment.
Yep, get him,
I mean, you can't honestly say, I mean, can you say that you are not concerned at all having watched the president's performance tonight?
It was a slow start, that's obvious.
Oh my God. Politicians gone politic, man. She said it was Trump. God dang, man.
It was a slow start, that's obvious to everyone. I'm not going to debate that point. I'm talking about the choice in November. I'm talking about one of the most important elections in our country. That is about a destruction.
Look at Anderson Cooper. He's just like, what the fuck? When Anderson Cooper turns on you, you're getting dumped, bitch.
Oh man. All right. There's a couple more. Let me double check and see. There's a couple more we're gonna get into. This was the worst compilation I've seen. By End Wokeness, Trump released a brutal 95-second ad of Joe Biden's debate in low lights. This is the last one we're gonna play, and then I don't think I can take any more of this. And I'll be reading the comments and super chats in a second, y'all.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare, we're trying to provide housing for Black Americans. The impact on the choice, the idea that they're gonna, I'm proposing that everybody, they pay, the millionaires pay 1%. So no one I would not raise the cost of Social Security for anybody. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, it's down to a 6.
Oh my gosh, he's talking about golf. Trump's. Oh man. And you know, I mentioned this in the tweet earlier. I don't really get into politics just because this is not the channel or the place for it. But during the hot take segment, I knew a lot of y'all were going to be interested in talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. But man, this is just so painful.
The way with you get rid of
It's
the
rough,
ability
man.
of Medicare for the ability to us to be able to negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires in America. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed, and it just stopped. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
All right. That really was. I highly doubt that was an ad, but shout out to End Wokeness for putting that together. Y'all, Americans especially, and you know, those of y'all who are around the world, what is your thoughts about what you've seen, what you saw last night, some of the highlights you're seeing just when it comes to America? I mean, because as an American, this is 100%, 100,000% an embarrassment. And I hope these next 4 years we can kind of pull it together when it comes to, I mean, just how things are going on in this country, because a lot of y'all feel it and a lot of y'all see it, what's going on here. I'm not going to sit here and say one guy is going to change that, even though, you know, I do appreciate everything that went on during Trump's first 4 years. But now this is completely not music related, but we got to give a round of applause and congratulate Bronny James getting drafted to my Lakers over there. Wow. This is a historic day for basketball, historic day for the Lakers. Y'all know, born and raised on the West Coast, huge Laker fan with the several Laker games growing up, and I'm a Laker for life. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of LeBron James, but hey, this is still a cool moment, and I think it'll be interesting to see how Bronny James progresses throughout his career. I'm more excited about this than LeBron playing with the Sun, or playing basketball with the Sun, but it's still cool. All right, shout out to Sound for posting this. He said, wow, it really happened. The Lakers just selected Bronny James with the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA draft tonight. LeBron James and his son Bronny are now the first father-son duo to ever be in the NBA at the same time.
Pick in the 2024 NBA draft. The Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
There it is. And yeah, shout out to Bronny James too for getting his health in check, because a lot of y'all know he had a health scare last year to where he was just had a bunch of heart issues and he collapsed on the basketball court and they had to take him. He had to get some things done, but now he's doing well. And look at him in the NBA. This is when everything went down, when he was selected by the Lakers. He's trying not to cry. Yeah, and just looking at this as a human being, it's so dope to see that type of legacy being passed down. A lot of it, again, I know is based on genetics, but still, you still have to put in the work. You still have to have that support system around you to get to this point. And this man is going to get critiqued possibly even more than his dad was coming into the league. So if it were me, this is definitely something I would want to achieve with my son. And I think it's a great moment just as a human being to see these guys getting to work together. I mean, I think that would be any parent's dream. And then we got to check out these comments from ESPN, I should say, or the NBA draft coverage last night. We had some interesting comments from the NBA crew here. Y'all check this out.
Superstar who's blessed your franchise with a championship, with box office appeal, marketability, etc. What LeBron James has done for the organization, a willingness to sit up there and to do that, to show that you take care of your own, is a big deal.
You know what? And I don't want to hear these charges, people talking about nepotism.
No,
the NBA is full of nepotism.
Full of it.
The ownership level, front offices, coaching. Yep. I don't want to hear it all of a sudden because of Bronny James's father plays for the Lakers. Right. It is rampant in this league.
That is
okay, so the thing about this is Is it rampant? Yes. Is it a thing pretty much everywhere you go? Yes. But it is what it is. I mean, it's nepotism. So whether you want to look at it negatively or positively, it's nepotism. The big part of the reason that Bronny James is there is because his dad is LeBron James. Now, again, to me, that's a part of legacy. Bronny still had to put in the work. He still had to play. He still has to be able to execute on the floor. You see some cases, I won't name any basketball players' names where it's not that case, but as long as he's putting in the work and playing, I mean, let him play. I don't see what the big deal is with LeBron being his father. But y'all let me know in the chat. I might be wrong. Here are some of the memes that have come out so far about Bronny getting drafted. This person says, Savannah James asked LeBron, how was the game, son? Bronny says, it was fine till your husband started chucking threes. Hell, shout out to Bronny. It is definitely going to be interesting to see the dynamic because this is something that we haven't seen before. And then we've got this clip. Shout out to R.A. Mean A. It says, Bronny, if anyone other than LeBron James tries yelling at him.
You're not my dad. You also want to hear something. Ugly ass fucking noodle.
Oh, man. As a Lakers fan, I'm not excited yet just because I know with Bronny James being the 55th pick, he's probably going to end up in the G League, just developing, getting better as a player, especially because he didn't have that much experience in college. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for him. It'll be cool to finally see the first son and father on the NBA court together because I am an NBA fan. Let me know what y'all think.